Welcome back everyone to the channel. For those of you that are new, welcome to MDLR Fishing. My name is Mark and today we are fishing the Texas Gulf Coast, East Bay, Galveston to be exact. There is a marsh system that holds a lot of oyster, and because we were able to catch some reds in a back lake completely across the bay, we are here in hopes of catching our first reds from this area. I don't have much experience, but I want to bring you along and hopefully we're going to be able to do something nice, fun, feel the tug, and just have a great time. So buckle up, let's get started. While we're underway, the best thing to possibly do and maximize your opportunity at catching a fish, paddle tails. You can swim them really fast. A plastic jerk bait, the same thing you can cast. We're doing a speed of about 2.5 miles an hour. So this right here is what I was using yesterday, and let's just start with it. It's got a nice little rattle. Hopefully y'all can, let me shut up and then maybe y'all can hear it. Right there. You can swim this thing fairly fast, launch it out there too, and then just a nice fast retrieve. You got to reel in like a bit faster than what you normally would because the kayak is moving at 2.5 miles an hour. So if you was just a slow retrieve, the lure would literally stay in place and all you're doing is reeling your slack. For some of you, you're like, bro, yeah, I get it. Come on, give me a break. But there are some kayakers out there that are just getting into the sport. Those are the ones that I'm speaking to right now. And if you guys get it, well then, okay, that's my cue to just fish. Okay, so knowing what I know about fishing, you ain't got to tell me twice that there are no fish right here. We're just gonna bypass this spot, head on over towards our second area. We got really high water level, so the fish truly can just go wherever it is that they want to feed. And being that for the past 2 weeks or so, they have been confined to the main bayous, the little back ponds and stuff like that, they're filled. So if there are reds in the area, they can go inside there. If there are trout in the area, they can also go in there if they choose to do so. I don't want to hit this one right here because I know exactly how shallow it is. So we're going to continue moving on and search for our unicorn. I'm throwing the wrong lure to sight cast. Normally it's going to be a bugs because they're super deadly and quiet. So we're about to switch lanes. Let's do that after this cast. We're going to cast the bank. You got to do the bugs. Here we go. Let's put this guy away. But going back to like feeling super good, sometimes you just can't explain it. I swear I don't do drugs or anything like that. This is my drug. Outdoors, the great outdoors, living life, having a great old time, enjoying what it is that I do. I suffered a lot, so don't think that it's like I'm lucky to be a full-time fisherman. Luck has nothing to do with me putting myself into a position to be able to do what I love, which is fishing. And I guess this has just turned into a lecture, huh? I don't think anybody wants to be lectured, but for those of y'all who care to listen, don't mute me. And for those of y'all that don't want to hear that and just want to see the fishing, well, feel free to hit the mute button. But I suffered for 22 years in the Marine Corps and gave up like the best portion of my young adult life. It was tough. Been to combat. I've seen stuff that people probably wouldn't ever care to see or want to see in their entire lifetime. Yeah, bad things happen when you go to war and nobody wins. It's a horrible thing to do. I truly feel sorry for our young men and women who are still in harm's way. So I tip my hat to y'all that are still out there fighting the good fight. Everybody else who gets to stay at home, punch keys on a keyboard and just talking all kinds of smack, I invite you to go to third world countries, go to anywhere else aside of your home in your state, see how people are truly living out there, and then feel free to start talking trash about this country, the greatest country that ever was. Until then, yeah, you know what, let's just get back to fishing. I probably already lost half my audience. But you know what, I don't care because that's what I stand for. I don't care. We are bottoming out already inside this back lake. It's very murky and you cannot see when the oyster is going to pop up, but I do know it's out here and it is thick. There we go, hitting that. I've got the motor popped up as far as I can possibly get it before it starts, the prop hits my hull down there, and yeah, we're gonna have to just pop it up more than likely before the day is over. Yep, that's what this back lake is like. It's pretty bad. Yeah, this is all oyster. Here, let's just lift this up. Save us a trolling motor. We'll drift until we get to the deep channel, and I'll probably be able to cast that too, by the looks of it. It's just going to take a little time to drift over towards it, but that's going to be the plan. We'll put that away just for a minute. I'm not even going to bother casting because then I'm going to lose a lure. Got him. I don't know. This guy is right at the brink, probably a 14-incher. Nick was just saying it's crazy. There's no fish, and I'm like agreeing with him. Like, yeah, it is pretty crazy. There we go. All right, buddy. Just say hi to the camera really quick right down there. 13, 14-incher. He's got a lot of life to live. Super slow day. Oh my gosh, y'all just don't want to know. I'm surprised y'all made it this far into the video, everybody. Whew, man. I'm working my butt off. Probably like 1,000 casts, maybe. Back lake, nothing. Entrance into this bayou, nothing. Got lucky. Maybe they're going to start feeding because the tide has started moving in. It's got a lot of force behind it. It's got to be oyster. Holy bro. Massive gar. I cannot believe, I thought it was oyster.
Dude, that's a video, bro.
Dude, this is massive.
How big? 4-footer?
Probably, at least. Let's bring y'all along for the ride because this is going to take a long time. I didn't feel no movement or anything like that. I just thought it was oyster. And then as he gets up, I was like, that's not oyster. I don't have a bat to whack him in the head.
I got my power pole.
Just stab him. I got my sidearm too, but I don't want to use it.
You pull your gun out that fish.
That probably would.
That's your thumbnail, bro.
I told him not to come at me. Everybody's like, why don't you go guard fishing? I do. Oh, here's the leader. So he's right here about 2 feet, somewhere around it. Look at that. Holy moly. Yeah, it's about a 3.5, 4-footer, but he's a fat one. So she said, how is he gonna go after, like, that's when you know the fish aren't here. The only thing that goes after your lure is a gar. I had to have hooked them just right, man. For a 12-pound leader line to not snap. Hey, this is a testament to my knot tying skills. Oh, just like that. Did he bend it out? Oh my gosh, he did not. Well, at least we got him up to the surface a few times. Leader line is perfect, so we hooked him just right. My hook, it's somewhat sticky, so we're still good to fish with it. No, like any nicks or anything like that on my line, so we're still good to go fishing. I'm surprised it held that long. Wow. Well, I thank you, Mr. Gar, for the fight, and I thank you for spitting my hook. He mustn't have realized he was hooked. Then he's like, that's it, I'm letting this bait go. Got him. Oh my God. There we go. Quick release, no barbs on the hook. And the tiny little teensy weensy speckled trout bites and goes. That's all I need. I just need to know that they're out here, and then I'll feel good. Because if they're out here, then it means I have at least a shot at catching something. Oh, that is another one. Picked it up off the drop. Maybe the bite is going to turn on. That's 2 in a row within 5 minutes time frame. It is a speckled trout. Oh, and it's a keeper, baby. Yes. Look at that. Solid speckled trout. Probably just needed some more movement is all. Here we go. Let's get this out, and then we're going to show y'all really fast. Put them right back in. Right there with the rattle inside it. Look at that right there, y'all. First keeper speckled trout of the day, and I am just very appreciative. I'll see you later, homie. Now I'm all trying to be just concentrating, making sure that I'm looking at the line. I'm making sure that we're not going to bounce the bottom too much. Get it down there and then pop it up, let it fall right back down. Gets the blood going. There we are, another one. This is an undersized fella. Little rinky-dink trout. Get over here, rinky-dink. Can you get yourself off, buddy? Can you get yourself off? There we go. Hold on, little player. Hold on, little player. There we go. And back in the water you go. I think the bite did turn on. Don't want to speak too soon though, because next thing you know, I'll spend the next 2 hours the way I did, just casting, and nothing to show for. There we are. He picked it up. They're hungry. Feeding. Here we go. This right here is a flats bug. Very versatile. Looks like a small little shrimp is what I'm gonna say. Honestly, I wish we could speak fish so that it's like, hey, what were you thinking when you bit that? I don't know. I was hungry. So what I gotta do is call Christian before we catch the next fish. I gotta let him know that the bite has turned on. So hit some deep water and make sure you let your lure go down to the bottom. Hopefully he's already figured that out and started nailing them too. Because usually if it's gonna turn on here, it'll turn on over there where he's at. He's in a area nearby. Christian called me.
Hey, you guys having any luck or no?
Well, the bite seems like it just turned on, son. I pulled my phone literally out to give you a call.
I just caught 2 over here. That's why I was calling you.
Yeah, I just caught like 3 or 4 of them, and I was like, let me call Christian because the bite's gonna turn on. If it turns on here, it'll turn on over there. I'm getting them at the bottom, letting it fall.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I'll make my way over there eventually.
All right, cool.
All right, bye. Well, that's when you can be a proud papa. When your son figures it out on his own and thinks alike. We was literally getting ready to call him, pulled the phone out and everything, and what do you know? It starts ringing as it's in my hand. There we are. He's almost a keeper. Almost. That's keeper number 2, y'all. That is bro. Dude, seriously, cool down, bro. Simmer down, man. That is keeper number 2, speckled trout, flats bug. So what happens is whenever this lure, unlike the paddle tail, once it goes down to the bottom, I'm gonna show y'all here really quick as soon as I get him back inside that water, because I don't wanna like ruin this fella. All right, get that off of you. Look at that, just gorgeous speckled trout right there. Yeah, that's, you know what, I really wanna know. Just make sure my eye is still calibrated. I'm gonna say he's right there at being a keeper. We gotta get this right here. Lock it in. Sorry, Mr. Speck. Yeah, 15 inches. Pinch tail, I mean, that's without a pinch tail, but pinch tail, 15-inch speckled trout. So let's get that lure out, and then I wanna show y'all what it is that I'm saying. I can leave it down there on the bottom no matter what, and as long as we have some current, that lure will continue to work for you and stay in the strike zone the entire time. This is rabbit fur, and when it's motionless, unlike like the other things, feathers and all that other stuff, that's stationary. This will move with the water, and then whenever you're actually swimming it, that's whenever this goes into action. The rabbit fur gets slicked back. As you stop it, the rabbit fur will tend to move forward a little bit, so that's what makes these things such clutch lures out here. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you so much again. If you enjoyed it, click that thumbs up button. All the gear that I use is linked down below as well. You make the purchase, that will also help to support me. So plenty of ways to support, but most of all, just continue watching. Thank you so much, and until next time, tight lines, y'all.